and good afternoon. It is our health and wellness event right here at HSN. My name is Sarah Anderson, and I get to talk about two of my favorite hobbies over the next 2 hours. Eating and sleeping. Yep, those, just ask my husband, those are two of my favorite hobbies, and we're gonna make sure you do it right. Healthy eating, great sleeping. Let's start with healthy eating, and let's start with Ferris. For those of you that don't know Ferris, this is a company that's been around for nearly 100 years, dedicated to the quality, the freshest ingredients, and the most amazing juicy fruits, not to mention the most brilliant source nuts from all over the world. We're bringing back the 1 pound jars, and you're getting not one, not two, but 3 of their fabulous 1 pound jars in your choice of flavor. And we're gonna take $10 off the price, $39.95. They are all customer picks. Read the rave reviews. Let me introduce you to the 2 flavor choices. You have the classic, what we call the cherries and berries, the cherries, the berries, and the nuts. You get not 1, not 2, but 3 1 pound jars. You also have a choice of the blueberry, cranberry, and nut combination. So blueberries, cranberries, and nuts. And once you make your choice of your favorite flavor, you could choose raw, or you can choose salted and roasted. You can also say yes to a single ship, or we can put you on auto ship, so you are never without your healthy snacks. And boy, are these good. This is a world of difference when it comes to healthy eating. No one does it better than Ferris Nuts. No one knows it better than Carrie Mulatto. Carrie Mulatto is here. She brought me my lunch today. I saved room and I saved my appetite just for this hour.
I came out here and she was already like, I love this. This is so good.
I got mine, yeah.
And that's exactly how you'll feel when you get it home. If you've already had tried us over the years, since we've been here since 2010, I can't believe it. So we're going into our 8th year. You know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't tried us before, let me walk you through exactly what you get in each different variety. So the first one is our cherries and berries and nuts. Now that starts off with our cashews. And cashews are, we always know them as being a very delicious nut. We know because it can be very creamy and delicious. But the thing that we find in a lot of the stores is we get cashews like that, okay? So I want to show you the difference between a Ferris cashew and a store-bought cashew, which is what's there, right?
Wow, that's what cashews actually look like.
Huge, I know, right?
In the wild.
In the wild.
That's what they look like.
We get them from India and Brazil, and those are the 2, if you look it up, those are the 2 top places to actually source cashews from. So we are giving you the top and the best. The second thing that you get inside of the cherries berries mix is our pecans. And the pecans are coming full pieces, which I love. So it's not broken up into little chopped pieces that we normally find in the store. We keep them as whole as possible for you because we want you to be able to bite into those and get that crunch and taste those oils. Then we are putting in our California almonds, and California is one of the top places to source almonds from, so that's why we get them there. Then goes to the fruits. So we do our cranberries, and what I love about our cranberries is you can look at them and actually see that they're really cranberries as opposed to just little itsy bitsy pieces that you go, what is this? And then until you put it in your mouth, you don't know what it is. Here, you're actually visually gonna see that it's a beautiful cranberry. And then to finish this off, which is what you rarely see anywhere, is we are doing nice, large, juicy Michigan cherries. So that together makes your cherry berry mix. As you were saying, you can get it roasted salted, or you can get it raw, so that's your choice. The only thing that changes if you go blueberry cranberry is we take out the Michigan cherries and we add in our dried blueberries. But please know that Ferris, the way we dry our fruits, is we do not take out the juice and then dry it, which is what a lot of companies do because they send the juice to concentrate. We actually leave all the juice inside, so you're getting the most juicy, just full with flavor fruits, unlike anything you've ever tried before. So what happens is you're getting your antioxidants through your fruits, you're getting your proteins through the nuts. This is the no-brainer choice at this time of year, when if you're anything like me, I've been giving away like a lot of the candies and a lot of the chocolates and a lot of stuff because I went crazy. I had fun for the holidays.
We're on a moratorium in our house. My husband's like, do not buy any more sweets, any more chocolates, any more cookies. But this is a healthy choice. And if you've made a dedication to yourself, if you've made a plan, this is 2018, I want it to be my best year ever. You need some great healthy alternatives. Healthy alternatives that you are not sacrificing flavor, and you're not also losing out on the satisfaction of a really yummy, healthy snack. When you eat whole foods that are packed full of vitamins and nutrients and protein and great flavor, you don't feel like you're missing out, right, Kelly?
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, here what you're looking at is you're looking at our cherries and you're looking at what would be a raisin, which is what we find in most of our store-bought varieties. Raisins look like this, cherries look like this. You visually can see the difference, but I also want you to see the difference when I can take one of our cherries and I can actually rip into it, rub it in my hands, and it's going to leave juice on my fingers, as you can see there. That is unlike any dried fruit that I normally find. When I see dried fruit out in the store, it kind of leans more towards these types of fruits, which I want to show you. You know, this is a pineapple.
Yeah.
This is a banana chip. You know, and the reason why a lot of companies like to throw that in your mix is because they're trying to throw in some crunch in there, but they also are just trying to go for something that's potentially, I don't know, a little cheaper, I guess. But the thing I have to say is when I come over here, please follow me, this pineapple, I can bang it on the table. I'm banging it really hard. And if you got close again, nothing has changed about this pineapple. I don't want the crunch.
Just one disappointment after another when you buy a box of trail mix or a bag of trail mix at a convenience store or at a grocery store. This is something that you will not find anywhere else. This is premium. This is the finest in quality. This is a company that's been around for nearly 100 years. And let the reviews speak for themselves. I know so many of you have written in. You have loved Ferris Nuts. They've been on our network for more than 7 years. Call us if you own Ferris Nuts or if you're on auto ship and you always love having those Ferris Nuts, your go-to snack, whether you're going on a plane trip, whether you're just commuting, whether you want something in your lunch every day. They're great for kid snacks too. Great for late night munching when you get that little craving after dinner and you're like, do not go to the freezer and eat the ice cream. Do not go to the freezer and eat the ice cream. Have this. Have a jar of these right next to the couch where you tend to get a little snacky, or maybe your computer. Have this be your healthy alternative. So call us, tell us why you love it, and I'll remind you your choices today because it is the best time to buy. First of all, we haven't had it back on air since December.
Yeah.
So you've been holding out on us, Miss Carrie. And we're giving you the 3-pack of the 1-pound jars. 3 full 1-pound jars for $39.95 today. We have free shipping, and we also have extra flex space for you. So choose cherries, berries. That's the classic. So if you've never ordered Ferris Nuts, start with cherries, berries. You're going to be thrilled. The most giant, gorgeous Michigan cherries you've ever tasted. And then we have the blueberries, cranberries, and nut combination. Either way, you can choose raw, which is unsalted, or you can choose roasted and salted. If you do choose roasted and salted, no, they're very lightly dusted with salt, so it's just the perfect addition of flavor. But if sodium's a concern of yours, go with the raw, and then say a single ship, or you can lock these in on auto ship, and we'll make sure that you stay on your all-time Ferris Nuts, and you'll get those every 90 days. So it's the perfect time to try Ferris, and it really adds up to a phenomenal value. We were talking before the show, Carrie, how much almonds are by the pound, cashews are by the pound, Michigan cherries are by the pound. Very expensive.
If you were to try to put a mix like this together on your own and you bought each individual ingredient and you tried to put it all together, it would be astronomical. The reason why we can do this is because we have been sourcing these for many, since 1924, we've been in business. So we have all the connections, we know how to get you top quality, we do all the work, we put it together for you. And by the way, just so you know, Ferris is a family-owned company, and I love that. I love that it's a family that's making sure you get high quality. This is cherries, berries in the big bin. We're looking for quality control to make sure even what gets home to you is the best of the best. And we also know that what we offer you is so great. That's why we put it in a clear container, because we want you to see it right when it arrives. And if you're kind of in between, not sure whether to do raw or roasted salted, and you go, I don't know, because like sometimes a lot of companies will over salt, please look at the bottom. You can look at the bottom of our containers. If you have an over salted type of nut mix, there'll be tons of salt at the bottom. You don't see any of that residue here with that. Everything's gonna come to you, each container 1 pound, so it's gonna stay fresh for you too. So we don't pack it till you order it. So if you wanna keep the other 2, well, like you said, 1 in the cabinet at work, 1 in your car.
1 within arm's reach.
It's really smart to do that, because when we have that downtime in the afternoon, we kind of just want a light snack. A friend of mine's a personal trainer, has always said, keep nuts around. Nuts will power you because they have the protein protein, so they're satiating. You know, a lot of snacks out there, we're trying to say, oh, I'll do those 100-calorie snack packs. The problem is they're empty calories a lot of the time. So you end up eating 4 or 5 of them, and then you go, oh, that totally defeated the purpose. Or
you make a little run to the vending machine, and you're eating too much sugar, too much sodium, you're drinking caffeine again. This is that way to get back to healthy, whole food eating that is really affordable, because when you add it all up together, not only are you saving $10 off the price, but you're getting the quality. You're getting the most mammoth cashews you've ever laid eyes on. You're seeing the most giant California almonds. You're seeing the most succulent Michigan cherries you've ever experienced. And I spend my summers in Michigan, so I know a thing or two about Michigan cherries. When you want the best cherries, you go to Michigan. This company is based in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They're gonna deliver the premium, high quality, giant, I mean, look at this pecan half.
Yeah.
It hasn't been broken, it's not crushed.
And here's a mix just from the store that I just grab a bag of every time I come here. And every single time I'm actually shocked, because I go, wow, this is a cashew. This is it's not a Ferris cashew. And so I can't say strongly enough, this is unlike any mix you've ever had if you've never tried us. Please do, because once you do, you'll be trying this and putting this in your salads. You know, as we have the salad here on the table. You just add that little pop of crunch. Do you hate eating salads because they're just boring? Put a little bit of Ferris on top of it, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, wow, that's amazing.
It's the best trick in the book.
Right?
I will eat a salad. My husband knows this if he puts nuts and berries on top. Also, you can have a lot more fun with this. You made like these giant cookies.
So we threw in our cookie mix. So you could just buy the log cookie mix, oatmeal, whatever, or you could do your own cookie mix. Maybe you have your own recipe. But how awesome to be able to put some Ferris in there and add a little crunch, add a little awesomeness. It'll taste
giant cranberries,
unlike anything else. And we even made some muffins.
Awesome.
We went crazy. I know we're trying to talk healthy, but you know what? If you can put something high quality in your baked goods when you do have them, it makes them so much. I always say I'm not going to cheat unless it's worth it. So if you go and have like a bad candy bar or a bad piece of cake, you go, oh, that was not worth the sugar at all. But with this, you'll never go wrong.
No regrets.
No regrets.
And certainly no guilt, which is the best part about healthy snacking. Again, choose cherries and berries or the blueberries, cranberries, and that's option. You're getting 3 of the 1 pound jars, which you couldn't put together yourself if you tried. So again, take advantage. We love this, and I'm sure you will too. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Thanks so much.
We'll be back with her partner in crime. Don't go away.
Don't miss a thing with our HSN app, available on Apple and Android devices. Get $10 off your first in-app purchase with code WELCOME10. Opt in to push notifications for early access to exclusive app-only deals. Shop faster than ever with exclusive new product videos, only on the iPhone. Watch HSN live anytime, any place. And the new shop and search features make finding your favorites easier than ever. Search app on hsn.com to download.
DG2 is comfort, stretch, style. That boot cut classic was the first jean I designed. The Super Stretch is a technological revolution. I love the Ponte jean. It makes you look so thin. That comfort waist is going to overtake the world of denim. Once you have that perfect fitting jean, wait and see how life-changing it is.
Say hello to something new. New is smart. New is gorgeous. New is delicious. New is so you. Shop now and discover the perfect new for you. There's so many things to love about HSN, but one thing that makes shopping here fun is FlexPay. Get it home now without the stress of paying all at once. Why pay full purchase price today when you can pay over time? Buy what you want now, pay it off later with your credit or debit card. FlexPay. It's that easy. Exclusively at HSN.
Well, there's a lot of blenders out there, and then there's Dash. How about a blender that is 4 times more powerful? We're talking about a 1400 watt blender that's 2¼ horsepower. Yeah, this is more powerful than I think the car I have parked in the host parking lot right now. This is going to destroy your ice cubes. This is going to puree, it's going to blend, it's going to make soups, it's going to make smoothies, and it's going to do everything at the lowest price we've ever offered. This is now 50% off our regular price. We're offering the Dash blender at nearly $200 off our regular price. Go ahead, and I dare you to compare. We're doing Dash at a phenomenal value today. We have free shipping. We also have 5 flexible payments for you, less than $38 a month. And I also have Miss Kelly, who's in the house. And Kelly Deirdring is going to be your
my friend.
Queen of Cuisine. And she
I love
said,
it.
by the way, we're starting by the margaritas.
Yes.
And I was like, where?
The mango margaritas.
I didn't know we were going to make margaritas today.
Oh, hello.
So
I heard we were working together, so I knew we had to do margaritas.
You might as well start the show off right. We're going to do some margaritas. So a fabulous value from Dash. More than 60,000 of you own Dash. You love Dash. It's one of our top-rated, best-selling brands here at HSN. But if you want to get serious about a blender, this is the way to go.
2¼ horsepower will blow, they will explode these ice cubes. So these are the kind of ice cubes that come from your freezer, right? These are not what I call TV ice cubes. Those are the ones that come in the gas station baggies, you know, and they're filled with air bubbles. They're very easy to crunch. No, this is the kind that comes directly out of your freezer, my freezer, you know, and this is the kind that burns out traditional motors of traditional blenders, right? This is the reason we have to replace our blender every few months. Ready for this? Now, what I love is that it's all digital. So all my programs are scheduled. I don't have to toggle it. I know you own a blender where you have to sort of stand there and toggle and figure out how high the power needs to be. Not with this one, because we're doing a frozen margarita. I'm going to hit frozen. I could choose manual. There's a lot of settings. I'll go over those, but I want to see you. I want you to see this. It literally obliterates the ice cubes in about 5 seconds. Not even. 2 seconds maybe. And what I love about this machine is that you're getting all the power, but you're also getting that ease of use each and every time. And you're getting our tamper. So if you need to, use the tamper to push the ice down or the fruit down, you're getting that. But you're not getting all the work that comes included with those $500 blenders that expect you to toggle them. They're very unattractive. They don't look nice in our kitchens. They're designed for the back of the kitchen. They're designed for chefs. They're $500-600. They come with a 7-year warranty. This one comes with a 7-year warranty. I think that's so important, but ours has more horsepower than that $500-600 blender that maybe is on your wish list. This is 2¼ horsepower. Theirs is usually 2 horsepower. So you're getting an extra 1/4 of a horsepower. That makes a really big difference when it comes to blenders, because power is everything. No ice chunks, no bumps. You can see the consistency is that of the most perfect frozen drink. All the ice is completely emulsified into the drink itself. Next time you go in for a drink, it's not gonna be all separated out. Like, you're not gonna get a lot of mango and a lot of tequila all separated, because it is completely and utterly emulsified. It's like the drinks that you pay, let's say you go to a theme park, or maybe you go on a cruise, or you're at an expensive spa, and you order a drink and they bring you the tab at the end of the day, and you're like, $18 for a drink? And it's because you're like, you justify it because it was really good. That's what you're gonna get with Dash every single time.
I shouldn't have ordered that cocoa loco with
they have those high power blenders that blend drinks all day, every day. And a traditional bar blender, Sarah and I were talking, is about 800 watts, the traditional bar blender, my friend. So we're talking 1,400 watts of power.
Okay, and all you need to do is choose your color. I showed you this aqua earlier. Isn't this pretty? That's that beautiful light aqua shade. Kelly's working on that now. And then we also have it in red, we have it in white, we have it in black, and we have a color we're calling green. It's kind of a lemon lime kiwi
the color
green
of my shirt.
So a phenomenal value. Over 50% off. We took over $200 off this price, and go ahead and compare it to those $500 to $600 to $700 blenders. You will not regret this.
You won't. Read their customer reviews. This is going to do hot soup and hot fondue based on the power of friction alone. That's how powerful it is. So inside here, I have all raw vegetables. These are not roasted. They are not softened. They are raw vegetables. I have some broth. I have some butter for flavor. You could do salt, pepper, cilantro, whatever you want to do, and then you just choose soup. So I don't have to toggle this. I can literally walk away from it, and now I don't have to transfer this into the microwave or onto a stovetop to heat it. It'll heat it to 180 degrees. Now on my left, your right, we're talking about a beautiful fondue. It's just the chocolate chips, a little bit of cream, you can see some butter. What if you want to add fresh strawberries, fresh raspberries, fresh orange to flavor the chocolate? That's totally your call. So now you're able to really unprocess your food and get the things into your life, into your body that you want. So we're gonna start these, we're gonna wheel them to the next studio, and then we're gonna come back and showcase how powerful this motor really and truly is. Isn't that unbelievable? The power is just watching it and hearing it when you get home. You're gonna be blown away.
You can still put your whole fruits, your whole vegetables. You don't have to worry if there's a stem in it or if the rind is still on. You don't have to trim your veggies before you blend. And a lot of us are trying to drink more smoothies. If you're like me and you prefer to drink your salads.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's good.
I like to drink my veggies because you know what? I know I get it all in, and I know I'm not sitting there, you know, munching like a rabbit for hours. It's the fastest way to get in all those healthy nutrients. Do it today. Over 50% off, over $200 off. We're taking care of the shipping and everything. We are busy. If you can go to our automated ordering or go to hsn.com to place your order, that would be perfect.
So you can see I'm doing a smoothie. So there's actually a smoothie button. I don't have to toggle it or know what kind of pressure, time, or temperature or anything. I just have to hit start. So it's calling for 50 seconds. It won't even take that long. But what's inside is not that important. It's fruits and veggies. What's more important is what's not inside. I do not have to add a liquid, an orange juice, a coconut water, an ice cube to water this down, okay? Because when you see other blenders demonstrated, they always add liquid at this point. And the reason is their motor's not powerful enough to turn solids into a liquid. Ours is, and you'll watch it happen. Now you'll actually hear it turning on and off on its own, so it's going up and down and pulsating on its own.
You haven't touched the dial.
I haven't touched the dial. All I did was use the tamper to get things going, and then it actually pulsates on its own. You can see it starts and stops, and what that's doing is it's actually pulling all the fruits and veg right back down to that blade, so you get the creamiest smoothie that's, you know, not chunky. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've tried to drink a smoothie from the smoothie store, and it has pieces of, you know, fruit and vegetable in it. I'm like, if I wanted to chew,
you don't want to use your teeth as like a strainer.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to chew my fruits and vegetables, I'd have ordered a salad, as you pointed out. I want a smoothie, right? You're gonna get the creamiest smoothie that you've ever had with the Dash blender, and that's based on the power, right? And the fact that it pulsates and drops the food and fruits and vegetables down to the blades on its own. We also have quad steel blades, 7-year warranty, so this probably will be the last blender that you own. I can tell you, you'll probably have it for a decade without any issues. It's that well built, and you're not spending, you know, $500–600 on it. You so just don't have to.
Compare the power to the average commercial blender that you see on kitchen countertops today is how many watts?
Well, so your average $100 and below a blender is about 350 watts, okay? Any bar blender that's like sometimes thousands of dollars that blends drinks from 6 a.m. to, you know, midnight, that's about 800, maybe 900 watts. This is 1,400 watts. It's almost double than a traditional bar blender.
So this is already going to be, even if you're buying the best blender out there, 3 to 4 times the power. So you are getting everything that you want. I love that you said it's all steel parts, no plastic parts. And
no
look
plastic
at how
parts on the gears.
Beautiful to look at, by the way. I mean, I love the design. I love how sleek and smooth and contemporary they look. And you're going to just love having that perfect smoothie every single day and so much more.
Well, I love it because I don't have to give you a big smoothie straw. Have you ever been to the smoothie stores? They have a thing called a smoothie straw. It's a real thing, and it's about that big around, and it's because their blenders.
Can I try that?
Yeah, try the smoothie. You know, you're gonna get this the most creamy, beautiful, you know, oxygenated smoothie that tastes very creamy and decadent than even just a smoothie machine. I've seen smoothie machines that don't do as good of a job because they don't quite have the power that the Dash blender has. So not only are you getting the ease of use, it's attractive. You know, I've seen those $500 blenders. I've had the pleasure of working with them. They're great machines, but they are very unattractive. They do not look nice in a kitchen. And in fact, they were designed for the back of the house in, you know, industrial kitchens. So it didn't matter at the time when they were designing it what it looked like. So Dash has made their blenders beautiful. They've given it extra power, and they've given you a 7-year warranty.
Great, and aqua will be the first to sell out, by the way. That's the most popular color from what I understand. When it comes to these great Dash blenders, today's the day, 50% off, $200 plus off the price.
Now I'm using the manual and I've gone up to high. And you can see what I'm doing. One ingredient, peanuts.
How great is that?
Is that not amazing? And it's extracting the oil from the peanut. So I don't have to add extra oil or extra preservatives or chemicals or sodium.
Are you making peanut butter?
Yes.
You're making fresh
Peanut butter.
peanut butter in a blender.
Is that crazy? And if you like a chunkier peanut butter, you could have stopped, you know, maybe 10 seconds ago. You have complete control because you have manual settings along with the pre-programmed settings. But think about it this way. If you buy the organic peanut butters or the almond butters or the walnut butters at the farmers markets or the health food stores, you're paying $12 to $15 for a pint.
So expensive.
All you have to do is buy your own peanuts, and now you have peanut butter with one ingredient. And that's the problem with manufacturers these days. They have to put in stabilizers, they have to put in preservatives, extra sodium, oils into their foods because they don't know how long it's gonna sit on a shelf, right? It might sit on a shelf 1 week, it might sit on a shelf 1 year for some items. So they have to add all these preservatives and chemicals, but you don't have to ingest that. You can make your own fresh food every single day.
You can make your own nut butters.
Yes.
It's amazing what you can
Isn't
do.
that gorgeous?
With 1,400 watts, with 2¼ horsepower.
You like peanut butter?
Yes, I love peanut butter.
And right out of the machine, it's hot. It's like warm peanut butter. There's nothing like it.
So very good. So very good. So read the reviews on our website at hsn.com. Don't just take my word for it. You love this Dash blender. It's everything that we say it is and so much more. You will not have any regrets except wondering why you didn't buy it sooner. If there's one appliance that I have to say is the most important appliance in my home, it's a blender.
It's a blender. Because you just said you do a lot of smoothies,
I do
right?
smoothies every single day. I probably would not eat a fruit or vegetable
if you didn't drink it.
If it wasn't a solid form, if I didn't drink it, honestly. It's hard. It's hard to get all those healthy vitamins and nutrients, and you want to have a good variety of foods, but we're all in a hurry. We're all in a rush. Today's the day where you can make those homemade smoothies. You could make soups. What'd you make?
This is a vegetable soup, and this was with all the raw vegetables. We added a little stock or a little broth for flavor. You can add salt, pepper, garlic, cilantro, basil, whatever you're making. It makes the most beautiful tomato soup. It makes the most beautiful beer cheese soup. It makes the most beautiful fondues, cheese fondues, chocolate fondues. But there's nothing added to this. So if you look at the back of vegetable soup or tomato soup cans, they are loaded with sodium. Some of them are loaded with artificial colors. If you look closely, they're putting colors in our soup.
That's sad when we have to dye our tomatoes red.
Right, exactly.
We have to dye our tomatoes red. That's something really wrong
It's so
with that.
scary, you know, what manufacturers are doing.
Why is it steamy?
So this is steamy because the friction gets it to 180 degrees. So 180 degrees it will cook to. So if you're somebody that's a raw foodie, it doesn't go above the 212, so you're still eating technically raw, but it's heated, so you don't have to now transfer it into a microwave or onto a stovetop to heat it if you're doing a soup. And a fondue, you don't have to get out a double boiler and have the mess of tempering chocolate. Look at how beautiful
you made
the hot fondue. I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up. Listen, these chocolate dip strawberries, my husband gets them for me almost every year. They're $70, and that's with shipping. 70. For a dozen chocolate dip strawberries. It costs maybe $4 for this entire platter and the chocolate. You could do it yourself. I mean, what a great little, tip for, men and women that are trying to have that beautiful evening. You can do it yourself, right? You don't have to go to the fondue restaurant and spend an arm and a leg. You can literally get 3 ingredients and make your own decadent, beautiful fondues.
All right, so let me just remind you about the colors. We have the aqua, which is in front of me.
Isn't that pretty?
We have the white, we have the red. It's hard to talk with your mouth full.
We have green.
And we have the classic red, and then we
black.
have the green. Let me show you what the lime green color looks like, because it is the same color as Kelly's shirt.
I did that on purpose.
It's like a kiwi lime, lemon lime. It's like a margarita color.
It's beautiful.
So if you're a margarita girl, if you love your daiquiris and all those fun drinks, this is the color to choose. The aqua, that sort of minty spa green, will be the first color to sell out. So make your call. This is a phenomenal value. It's worth every single penny at the full price. I mean, it's a $400 blender, hands down, every single day here at HSN. Today it's over $200 off. That's $200 you could spend on groceries.
You're getting
right?
a 7-year warranty. So if you're just joining us and you haven't seen the whole presentation, 7 years, you know, your kids might be going off to college, or your grandkids might be going off to college, or my car came with a 3-year warranty. That's how proud we are of the craftsmanship of this blender. So on the inside here, I just have skim milk down here, which is a ½ cup, and then a bag of frozen strawberries. But this could be coconut milk or almond milk, soy milk. This could be cream if you want to make an ice cream. And this could be any frozen fruit. My tip to you, though, is just make sure it's totally frozen, right? Because you want that beautiful consistency of the ice cream or the sorbet. And you would never do that in a traditional blender, right? You would never think that a traditional blender could handle like totally frozen fruit.
No, you're always like, don't put the frozen fruit in there.
Don't do it. Or the frozen ice cubes, or, yep. You actually hear this make sort of a growl. It's a growl, and it's for several years, or I guess maybe the first year of presenting this, the producers were like, something's going wrong. It's making a really loud growl. And I'm like, it's supposed to be doing that.
That's the 1,400 horsepower.
That's the 1,400 watts. That's what your blender should be doing for you. It should be making that noise because it is so incredibly powerful. You can see the quad blades pulled every last bit of strawberry down into the blades, completely emulsified it, and then the result that you get is like a soft serve ice cream. Look at the result.
Is this like a sorbet?
It's a sorbet. And have you tried this yet? You gotta try this. Do you like strawberries?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no sweetener. You can sweeten it if you want, but you don't need to because strawberry has a natural sugar. But how is that?
Delicious.
You have no guilt because it's strawberries and skim milk. Imagine if it were like coconut milk. I mean, no guilt.
Amazing.
You could eat that. You could eat it every night of the week. You know, and in terms of eating
You're
fruit.
Gonna be so healthy. Smoothies for breakfast and sorbet for dessert and peanut butter for lunch.
You're gonna make yourself sick because you'll be so healthy with yourself. You'll be like, I am so healthy.
Everyone's gonna hate you, and you'll be like, it's my new blender from Dash.
It's so true, though. It really is. You're gonna be very, very healthy. And speaking of health, anybody that's going gluten-free or, you know, can't have gluten in their diet, you can actually make your own gluten-free rice with just using, you know, a bag of white rice. Excuse me, gluten-free flour by just using a bag of white rice. So that's what's inside here. You don't have to pay $12 any longer for gluten-free flour. Yep. Check this out.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a mill. It's literally turning rice into flour. This could be chickpeas or oats. It could be almonds.
All those nut flours are so expensive.
Oh, and the reason that they're charging all that extra money for them is because not that many manufacturers are making them, but they're not hard to make, right? Only you need a high-powered blender, right? You need to have the Dash blender. And now you can use this gluten-free flour to do things like fried chicken with gluten-free, you know, batter, or gluten-free pancakes,
cooking,
gluten-free cookies. Yep.
All kinds of great stuff. You can also ground your coffee. You can make homemade peanut butter, homemade nuts, butters, homemade nut milks. We have so much to talk about, but we are running out of time.
I know, we always do. All right, Sarah, thank you. I'll save you a margarita, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Margarita I get after my shift is over.
I get one, you get one. How's that?
And it's a huge savings today, $200 off our regular price. Now our first few items were all on free shipping, so you got to enjoy some great deals there. But we also have just about anything else you want today. It's $5 to ship your entire order. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Anything on our website. Go ahead, stock up, fill your cart, and ship your entire order for $5. We also have free shipping and handling on our vitamins and supplements. Speaking of vitamins and supplements, we are really excited to have Andrew Lessman as part of our health and wellness event, and he's going to give you a very special message. He's dedicated to health and wellness, as you know, and he loves to share his knowledge and expertise with you. And here is Andrew with a very special message about blood sugar. Check it out.
Hi, Andrew Lessman here, and I just thought I'd contribute a few brief videos for the health and wellness event. Obviously, that's what I focus on, is health and wellness. And I figured I would take a few of the more significant issues that all of us tend to focus on, and especially this time of year. And the first one I wanted to talk about was blood sugar. Many of us, especially because America continues to break record after record in terms of our overweight or obesity, as we become more overweight and more obese as a country, we struggle more and more with managing our blood pressure, managing our blood sugar. And the consequences of our inability to effectively manage our blood sugar are far-reaching in terms of our cardiovascular health, in terms of our eye health. So there's so many areas that really require that we manage our blood sugar well. And for decades, I was asked about any product I have that supports healthy blood sugar metabolism, healthy insulin metabolism, and that was always a question that I had to answer negatively. What I'd say, there's no specific supplement that could do that. Of course, having a healthy multivitamin with B vitamins, with chromium, that's a great idea. But there was no specific supplement that targeted healthy blood sugar metabolism or healthy insulin metabolism. Of course, the most important things we can do, if it's something that we certainly need to do, if it applies to us, is get to as close as possible to our ideal weight. As we reduce our body fat in terms of our body composition, we generally significantly improve our body's ability to manage glucose, our body's ability for insulin to have its effect, for insulin sensitivity to be at optimum levels. So to the extent we can lose weight, be more active, that will definitely have a substantial impact and might be all we need to do in terms of eliminating issues we might have with blood sugar metabolism or insulin metabolism. Of course, it's more than just looking at our blood sugar level, our fasting blood sugar level, as I often talk about on air. Our fasting blood sugar level is a snapshot of our blood sugar level at the moment someone drew that blood, whether it was from a finger prick or whether it was from a venipuncture. That's just a snapshot at that moment in time. It's very important to look at something that's called our A1C, because our A1C gives us insight into a longer period of time. It's sort of like a video of a couple of months in terms of our blood sugar level. So that's more insightful in terms of what's going on in our body in terms of blood sugar metabolism and insulin metabolism. But speaking specifically to products that I make today, cinnamon was a product we introduced probably I'd say about 7 years ago. I first started seeing the research on cinnamon and blood sugar metabolism and insulin metabolism probably about 15 years ago. It was something that I really wanted to patiently evaluate in terms of the quality of the research, and then I also wanted to experience the product and make sure that we could validate the benefits of the product. And that's why it took us probably a good 5 years or so before we introduced our product. And since that time, we don't feature it much on television, but since that time, it's become one of our most popular reorder products, and it's one of our most perfectly reviewed products. So our cinnamon extract, our cinnamon bark extract, it's an extract of cinnamon. It still smells like cinnamon, and you could sprinkle it on yogurt or on oatmeal or oat bran, but it is definitely differently created in terms of being focused on the most important active compounds and that will support healthy blood sugar metabolism and support healthy healthy insulin metabolism, both of those. So it's a product that for the last, as I said, for the last, say, 7 years has become one of our most popular reorder products and by far one of our most well-reviewed products. Recently, another product has come along, and this is a product that was tested in clinical studies, and these clinical studies looked at this other product in terms of its efficacy versus pharmaceutical interventions for blood sugar metabolism and insulin metabolism. And this other ingredient is called berberine. It's the extract of the barberry root. It's something that's closely related to turmeric. It's actually a very pretty bright yellow color, just as turmeric is a very pretty almost yellow-orange color. But this ingredient is something that, and in fact, berberine is something that it's, when you look at the original clinical studies, It was one of those things that caught me off guard in terms of its efficacy. I had heard talk about it before, that it could support healthy blood sugar metabolism, healthy insulin metabolism, also support healthy lipid metabolism in terms of things like cholesterol and the like. But when I saw the original published clinical studies, I was actually surprised by its efficacy. It's a product that you take one capsule with each meal. It's something always to be taken with food. Cinnamon is something you just take 1 or 2 capsules daily, but the two together are a perfect 1-2 punch in terms of supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism and also helping support healthy lipid metabolism in the case of berberine. So they're products that deliver an opportunity in an area that, as I said, for probably the first 25 years that I was in this industry, I really didn't have a specific product that I could offer to support our blood sugar levels, to support us in those areas. Now I have 2 products, our cinnamon and our berberine, and berberine also has the additional benefits of supporting healthy blood lipid levels as well. So these are in terms of cholesterol, total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol. So these are 2 natural tools. They're not drugs. They're not medicines. They're not designed to treat or prevent any kind of disease. They're just designed to support sort of a healthy balance in our body when it comes to blood sugar level, insulin metabolism, when it comes to our lipid metabolism and the levels of those critical lipids we monitor, such as our total cholesterol and our LDL cholesterol levels. I think just as the reviews speak to both of these products, I think you'll be thrilled if you try them. Berberine is a product that we only recently mentioned on air for the first time. It's a product that we only recently introduced probably a year ago because much like cinnamon, I take my time. The minute a product is an interesting product, I don't immediately bring it to market. I first have to evaluate all the science behind the product, the clinical science, the science in terms of its mechanism of action, how it goes about doing what it does. And then we also validate the ingredients and make sure that the ingredients are going to deliver the same benefits that were exciting to us in the science, in that clinical science. So that's something that we've done very carefully with both our cinnamon extract and our berberine extract, our barberry extract, our berberine. And both of these products are something that if you still need to lose weight, it's most important to me that you really do the healthy things along with these products, that you don't throw caution to the wind and figure these products are going to make all the difference. I leave that kind of perspective to the drug companies. What I'm hoping is if this product gives you the support you need in a specific area, then it's really up to you. It's up to all of us to make the decisions to support those products through the normal healthy lifestyle changes we need to make in terms of, say, diet, in terms of, say, activity level. But as I've said before, there's no magical products. There's no magical drugs. The only real magic in terms of being healthy and remaining well, the only real magic is our decision. Then when we make a decision, we could do remarkable things. We've all read about those remarkable stories and the remarkable accomplishments people have made in terms of weight loss or changing their lifestyle or not being able to run 50 yards and then running a marathon. There's a little bit of those people in all of us. And certainly we all don't have to make enormous changes, but most of us don't have 150 or 200 or 250 pounds to lose. Most of us have 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds to lose, and it would make a profound difference in our ability to manage our blood sugar levels. So if there's the most important takeaway from this, it isn't that I make the best cinnamon extract or berberine product in the world, but that hopefully I've reminded you that you have the greatest opportunity, you have the greatest power to make changes in your life that will give you the kinds of benefits that no one else can deliver to you in terms of your health, in terms of the quality of your life, in terms of the quantity of your life. And that's the most important thing, hopefully, that anyone could provide anyone they care about, and that's the inspiration to make decisions that are in their best interests. So hopefully that's what these little videos do.
What a healthy day. I got to drink my green smoothie and listen to Andrew Lessman, and that was really informative, Andrew. Now, cinnamon and the berberine are both customer picks with hundreds of positive customer reviews, so check those out on a website. And now here's Andrew with another message about healthy weight loss.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman here with another brief video for our Health and Wellness Day. This one we're talking about weight loss. And earlier this month, we did our Today Special on our secure meal replacement. But in terms of weight loss, there's just so many different things to focus upon. And for me, the most important things, it's what we eat. As great as our meal replacement, and the science on meal replacement is that meal replacements are the most effective tool we could all reach for and try to find in terms of weight loss. So if it's not mine, try to find someone's that might work for you. But the most important thing in terms of weight loss is what we're going to eat. And that's why meal replacements work, because they relate to what we eat. But when we're not having a meal replacement, we have to make healthy decisions in terms of what we put in our body. And I know I always try this time of year. It's a time of year where all of us are more receptive to change, and we tend to have resolutions most frequently about weight loss. As a country, we're more overweight than ever, even though for decades I've heard the experts say, well, it's gotten so bad, it can't get any worse. And I've heard that for decades, and it's only continued to get worse. About 40% of Americans are now obese. And then when you add those Americans that are overweight, we start approaching 75% of the American population that's overweight or obese, which is a frightening number beyond the impact it has on our individual lives, the collective impact it has on our society, on our economy, on healthcare. Because the lion's share of our healthcare budget is going to be dealing with all of us aging and being overweight or obese. So I say the most patriotic decision we could make in this country is to achieve our ideal weight. It would dramatically reduce the trillions of dollars we spend on healthcare. It would probably eliminate one of those trillions of dollars. That I think we spend probably practically $3 trillion on healthcare in this country. That's not 3 billion, that's 3 trillion. That's 3,000 million or 3 million. It's just a staggering number that we spend on healthcare, on drugs, on medical care, on surgeries and procedures. It's and even things, whether we realize it or not, even one of the most significant risk factors for cancer. Of course, we know about, lung cancer and smoking and things like that. But one of the significant risk factors for just cancer in general is overweight and obesity. So there's so much in, obviously we know overweight and obesity is probably the principal risk of heart disease. It contributes to type 2 diabetes, it contributes to hypertension, high blood pressure. Go down the list, it's a major contributing factor to joint replacement and things like that. So to the extent we can, and this wasn't designed to being an alarmist video, it's maybe to try to underscore all the benefits that are to be derived. And those benefits are longer, healthier, happier lives. So whatever we can do, it's important to make that effort, both on an individual basis and in terms of the benefits to our society. We all here talk about healthcare and all the things that have been going on in this country in terms of healthcare and health insurance and whatnot, but the most economical steps we could all take as a country and as individuals is to just find ourselves at our ideal weight. We obviously know that not smoking is a good idea and not drinking to excess is a good idea, but simply being at our ideal weight is just a dramatic benefit that we could all embrace, and it just results in hundreds of billions of dollars, absolutely, I believe $1 trillion or more in savings annually. If our country could achieve the body composition that we had just when I was a little kid, it probably would save $1 trillion a year, which is a staggering amount of money. Healthcare for the entire country when I was a little kid wasn't even a fraction of that number that we would save. So it's great opportunities for all of us. Hopefully we take advantage of them. What I wanted to talk about are the cookbooks that Muriel and I have done. And the most important cookbooks, certainly our Secure Meal Replacement is great if you're looking for a structured meal replacement. But if you're looking for an opportunity to have some recipes that you could fall in love with that provide healthy eating structure, then we have our soup cookbook, our healthy soup cookbook. We have our veggie cookbook. We have our everyday eating cookbook. And this is how we eat. I happen to be someone who I love food, and I eat a lot of food. But because I'm active, and because the foods that I eat a lot of are not all that calorically dense, that I'm someone who never, I'll eat anything other than eating fast food. And I've been that way for probably over 40 years. That I think, unfortunately, that a lot of people in our country, unfortunately, that's a staple of their diet, whether it's going to be things like Big Macs and Quarter Pounders and fried chicken and things like that, and French fries. The most popular vegetable, and it's not even a vegetable in our country, is the French fry. We've got to rediscover things like asparagus, and you read the research on asparagus and health, and the association of foods like asparagus or broccoli or cauliflower and kale with disease risk reduction. And you would only want to eat these foods and incorporate them in your diet as frequently as possible. That's what Muriel has done in her cookbooks. I'm someone who I only like food that tastes good. I don't care if it's healthy. It has to be healthy and taste good for me to enjoy eating it. So then I'm happy that it's healthy, but it needs to taste good. And whether it's the soups, whether it's the salads and things in the veggie cookbook, or whether it's the everyday eating that covers everything from the chicken we have at home, the fish, to the soups and veggies and things like that we frequently consume. Those are really, that's the keys to the kingdom. If you just can pick up a few recipes there, and we give away these books. The price of these books is now less than we used to charge for their shipping when we introduced these books a few years ago. So it's an opportunity to get these books really affordably. And again, if you are overweight, if you are obese, it's not your fault, first of all. We like to blame our parents for lots of things, but we can blame our parents and our ancestors for our being overweight and obese, and you could have the absolute weight of all the science on your side when you do that. Because the fact that we arrive here today the way we are because of our ancestors. We were designed to thrive and to survive, really survive in a world of scarcity, in a world where starvation was our number one risk. So if you went back to, say, World War I 100 years ago, virtually no one was obese, and very few people were overweight. But if you now look at the world we live in today, because we live in a world of abundance, and an abundance not just of food everywhere, but foods that have been designed to appeal to our lower senses, foods that are fatty and sweet and just, unfortunately, not a nutritious combination, but a calorically dense combination. So again, we were designed to thrive in a world of scarcity. So our taste buds, our palate, our behaviors, our neurology, we seek an abundance of those rich calories. We seek salty foods too. So we seek things that are not in our best interests, because starvation was the greatest risk. So if starvation is the greatest risk, then guess what? Your taste buds are designed to identify the richest source of calories, and not only would you eat what you needed, you'd eat more than you needed, because you never knew when you'd get to eat again. So that's the blueprint that in this day of abundance we all still possess. I have my mobile phone is right next to me. On my mobile phone, not only could I make a phone call, as we always could for the last decade or so, to get food delivered, I could go to thousands of websites and just with a few clicks have food delivered. So it's no effort to have the least healthy things delivered to us, and unfortunately, the most available are often the least healthy. So we have to overcome what has become the status quo. We know what our genetics are. I mean, our meal replacement was designed, oddly enough, designed to taste like a high-calorie milkshake. because that's what our taste buds, that's what our palates, our neurology needs to feel satisfied. But these cookbooks were designed to deliver delicious, rich, healthy foods. And just as they say it takes a couple of 2 or 3 weeks for a habit of exercise to become part of you, such that you really don't need to think about it after a while, the same thing applies to exercise. The same thing applies to a healthy diet, and that your palate changes, your taste buds change, and they become more receptive to foods that are much more subtle. So the way Muriel has arranged this cookbook, it's rich, it's delicious, it caters to panders to my need for a rich, tasty food, but it's healthy and it's low calorie. Just the soups. At any one time in our refrigerator, we probably have 24 little 8-ounce glass bowls of our asparagus soup, the split pea soup, and the sweet pea soup. And those are my snacks throughout the day. This time of year especially, our turkey chili, or sometimes we make the chili without turkey. It's so rich with all the beans and legumes, it's delicious. And just those soups alone are my secret to weight loss. So there are all sorts of opportunities available to us to make better decisions. Hopefully these books, they're literally a shipping charge to get them to you. And they're free shipping and handling, obviously. So it's an opportunity to make a profound difference. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is king. That's our opportunity to make a difference. And if you could find just in the veggie cookbook, the soup cookbook, the everyday eating cookbook, if you could just find a few recipes that could be the difference between your weighing the same in July as you weigh today, or you could weigh 25, 30 pounds less. That's an opportunity that we all have in front of us. And it's not about going crazy with exercise. It's not about going crazy with the diet. It's just about making the small modifications that gives our body a chance to start getting some traction and some positive momentum. And once that starts, those habits become behaviors. And then just as it's hard to change bad behaviors, it becomes hard to change the positive behaviors. So hopefully that's what things like our secure meal replacement, our energy and fat metabolism factors, our acetyl L-carnitine, these are tools on a cellular level that can assist you. But the real power when it comes to weight loss, the real power is you. It's making that decision, deciding that your health, your well-being, the people you love, that you're all important enough to enjoy this benefit. And it's something that has to be with you every moment of the day, because it's a decision that needs to be made and remade constantly through the day. And so we're there for you. We have an 800 number. You could always call us, and just as we can inform you about our products, we're just as happy to inform you about healthy eating decisions and things like that. And if they can't give you an answer in my call center, my company, then I'll be sure to do so. You just call us at 800-800-FREE. That's 800-800-3733. And it is free. The advice is free. We're always there to help you, to help explain what the cookbook might discuss. And all the recipes, of course, in the cookbook. Most cookbooks, they're like big secrets. The recipes in our cookbook, you see all the calories, the carb content, the sugar content, the protein content, the nutrient content. You need to know what you're eating if you're going to be an informed consumer, and if you're going to be effective and successful at weight loss and good health. And that's what all our cookbooks provide, is more information than you'd even get on a food label, which no other cookbook that I've seen does that, because we really want you to succeed. So from Muriel and from me to you, we make these books ridiculously affordable because they're the most important thing anyone can do in terms of their good health. I make the best vitamins in the world. They don't come close to the importance of what you eat on a daily basis. So to the extent we could help you eat better, then that is far more important than any supplement I can ever make. So I encourage you to take advantage of these books and to take advantage of making good decisions on your part, because you hold the keys to the kingdom. As they say, God takes care of those who take care of themselves. This is an opportunity for all of us to take care of ourselves.
And I do love listening to Andrew. He's so inspiring. And what a great way to continue the new year with these healthy tools. Andrew's energy and fat metabolism factors are some of this January's monthly specials at the very best pricing ever. We also have his cookbooks and his secure meal replacements. They're easy to incorporate into your daily routine for healthy weight loss. All our customer picks with free shipping and handling. You can check those out at hsn.com. But our health and wellness event continues with Concierge. Don't go away. Well, my first hour today, I got to eat whatever I wanted. Now I get to sleep. Those are two of my favorite hobbies, eating and sleeping. My name's Sarah Anderson. I will be your host for Concierge Collection. It's an HSN exclusive offering you can't find anywhere else. We're gonna get you back to basics. We're gonna help you stock up on some beautiful classic, tailored, and timeless designs that I think you're really, really gonna treasure. We're gonna begin with some awesome values, including the feather bed. We were just talking about this during the break, 100% duck feathers. It's going to be supportive, comfortable. By the way, it's also water repellent. Yeah, check that out. I don't know any other feather bed that is water repellent. Leave it to Concierge. No shifting, no bunching. It revitalizes your bed. It's like your mattress is going to feel like new again. That's $15 off our regular price today, and that's coming up just right around the corner. And what's better than one set of sheets? How about 2 sets of sheets? And what's better than a rock bottom price? This comes down to less than $50 for 2 complete sets of sheets. You're getting 2 fitted sheets, 2 flat sheets. You're getting 4 pillowcases. 1 set of sheets will be in a beautiful solid color. The other set of sheets is going to be in a stripe to match. So you can mix and match, you can complement, you can have 1 set on the bed and 1 in the wash, but you're getting our fabulous sale price today. So you get both